Hello everyone, and today I have an angry review for a Nintendo Switch game, RBI Baseball 2017. Does this game suck? Or are non-baseball lovers just hating on a non-Nintendo game for the Switch? Let's find out. First, a couple of sentences on the history of how I see baseball games. I didn't even hear about this game until it came out. I love baseball. I would like to watch more of it, but 3 to 4 hours of a baseball game really eats up my afternoon and evening, and I could do so many other things instead of watching one baseball game. I haven't played a real baseball game since 2005, when I played All-Star Baseball 2002 on my Nintendo GameCube. I still have it, and I can still play it actually. And I thought, okay, 15 years later, the game must be an order of magnitude better and so much more fun, right? I mean, Mario games progressed, FPS games progressed, even Kirby games progressed, and RPGs are so much more different and better than they were back in 2002. The immersion has gotten so much better, I figured it was time to try another baseball game. And so I bought the game, knowing my love for baseball, my knowledge of baseball and the mechanics of it, trying to support third party on Switch, and haven't really played a baseball game in over a decade. It cost $30, so I figured that's not too bad. Even if I don't love it, it's still worth the money, right? Well, I was wrong. Let's find out. Let's find out why I think this game was horrible. Let's go with the obvious stuff first. Graphics, 2 out of 10. If you compare the graphics of this game to All-Star Baseball 2002, you seriously won't be able to tell the difference. The graphics look horrible for a 2017 video game. You can definitely tell what everything is and what it's not, and it's not blurry also or ugly. But for a 2017 game, the graphics are a 2 out of 10. And the only reason why the rating is not 0 out of 10 is because the movement of catching a ball and throwing it is very fluid. It looks like you are watching a baseball game, but the stadium looks horrible, the grass looks like a green mush, the dugouts are empty, the crowd is generic, there are no spectators trying to catch a foul ball, the players on the screen don't act human at all, they don't spit, they don't spank each other, they don't rub their thighs and do all the things regular players do, like fix their cap, take off their batting gloves as they go to first base after getting a single. Nope, nothing. There are no pitchers warming up in the bullpen when the bullpen is visible. The next batter up is nowhere to be seen taking warm-up swings. Nothing. Second part. Gameplay and AI and CPU. 1 out of 10. The gameplay is somewhat acceptable. Actually, no, it's not. I covered a lot of it in the graphics and stating the lack of feeling that you're in a baseball game. There is nothing going on besides pitching and swinging. That's it. Nothing else. Unless there's someone else on base, but if there's nobody on base, that's it. You get nothing. No immersion. The game is notoriously difficult to play. The controls and gameplay are cumbersome. I put the difficulty in normal and kept on getting my ass kicked. But was this my team selection? Does my team suck? Do the LA Dodgers suck? No. This year is great for them. They are 104 and 58. I don't remember the last time they were this good. My biggest issue with the AI difficulty or CPU is that the CPU seems like it already has decided who will win the match and make it happen throughout the game to get that result. And to prove this, I played the same match over a dozen times, losing every single scenario. No matter what happened around the fourth inning, the CPU would always score at least 3 runs. If I changed the pitcher, no problem, they scored. If I get the batter to ground out to a shortstop for a double play, no problem, my shortstop commits an error. There is a man on after the fourth time it became apparent. There is a man on first and there are 2 outs. No problem. The batter gets the triple. After the fourth time, it became apparent that the CPU had decided who would win. Even during the same replay of the game, I was winning 4-0 going into the fourth inning. Guess what? The CPU miraculously got 4 straight hits in a row to catch up to me. Next inning, they took the lead. What was that? Maybe I suck? Did you ever try during a game you won? Well, thank you for asking. I am glad you did. This hardwired decision making from the CPU is also found when the player wins. It's either really easy to win or really easy to lose. No middle ground. Even in easy mode, I won my game 2-0 and decided to test my theory. I tried again and purposely sucked and was still getting many hits. When the CPU saw I wasn't winning, they made it so their batter got a triple but somehow never touched third base. Once I threw the baseball around the diamond and realized the cutscene wasn't going to the next batter, I decided to throw it to third base and got the out to end the inning. There is no point in playing this game, and the outcome has already been decided for you. Oh, and it's impossible to get hit by a pitch. Third part, online play, 0 out of 10, does not exist. Fourth part, sound, audio, 2 out of 10. Now, the sound quality, what little there is, sounds good. The organ playing sounds legit like at a stadium. The announcers sound like real human beings, but they only have 6 phrases total. That's a strikeout, that's an out, it's a walk, foul, strike, ball. That's it, nothing more. Even in All-Star Baseball 2002, 15 years ago, they said more phrases and actually talked about some stats on the most popular players. They even told week 1 line stories that people watching the game can relate to. But not in 2017. Nope. For some reason, in 2017, people don't want to hear anything, according to RBI Baseball. There is no loudspeaker announcing that the owner of a black Chevy Impala can pick up their car from a towing place because of stupid parking. No immersion. This is evident with the sound also. And for some reason, no matter whether it's a home game or an away game, the crowd cheers whenever something mildly interesting happens. That's annoying. And after every single 3 outs, you hear the same exact jingle without a score announcement or an announcement of who's up next for batting, or if there's going to be a pitching change. You can see it on the screen, but no audio. That is lame. Fifth part, controls. So good thing this doesn't have motion controls, so that bumps the score up to 4 out of 10, but then you realize how counterintuitive it is, and then the score drops to 2 out of 10. The easiest way to grab a ball in the outfield and throw it to the base is to press one of the 4 buttons on the right Joy-Con and have each button represent one base and home plate. Diamond-shaped button configuration, diamond-shaped bases configuration. Obvious, right? But no. RBI Baseball decided to go a different route. You have to press Y for throwing and point the joystick or left buttons in the direction you want the ball thrown. This wouldn't be such a problem if you hadn't just used the same joystick to make your player run towards the ball. So, if you run up on the screen towards the ball, you better damn well make sure you want to throw it to second base, or else you gotta wait a second or so and have your player dance a little up and down for home plate until he finally gets it and throws it just in time for the umpire to call it safe. If that wasn't clear, let me specify the problem here. The problem is that if you are using the joystick to run towards the ball, you must wait a second and stop using the joystick. And once you have the ball, use the joystick again to aim at the right spot. But this takes time, and sometimes you miscalculate it and move it before you even get to the ball to aim without the ball, making the player run away from the ball. Either way, you just gave the runners extra time to score. So why can't you just use automatic fielding controls and avoid that? Well, this brings up part 6, bugs. If you turn on automatic fielding control to avoid the debacle I just described, well, it won't work because it literally doesn't work. There's a bug in the game that makes it more likely to crash the game when having this feature on. And even when it does work, it makes this already weak and lame experience even more boring and unbearable to play. Fielding a ball is part of the game. If you surrender that to a computer, you're basically just watching a baseball game, minus the voice commentary, realistic looks, and different camera angles. That's right, only one camera angle. When I first got this bug, I reported it to RBI Baseball, and they responded saying that they're aware of the problem and will fix it and turn it. And they recommended that I turn off the automatic fielding option so the game won't crash. Well, that didn't work. During another game, without this on, the game still crashed under the exact same circumstances, fielding a single in the outfield. But don't worry, there's at least one more bug to help you guys out. I was playing this poor excuse of a game to learn more about it, to review it, when my wife needed something. Okay, no problem. I put my Switch to sleep, helped her get a paper or something, I forgot exactly what she wanted, came back 3 minutes later, no more than that, and turned on my Switch again, and the game had frozen. The audio was there, but no buttons would work, and the image just froze. And you can find those videos in my channel. I had to force quit Baseball, although the graphics in Minesweeper might look a little bit better. And I obviously lost my progress because this stupid game only saves after a complete game. Okay, this brings up to our next option, customization and variety. 0 out of 10. Every single pitcher only has 2 pitches, fastball, breaking ball. That's it. Their level of competence in throwing these pitches varies a little, but it's still just 2 pitches for every single pitcher. Left batter, right batter, both have similar stance. This is weak, and you are just swinging blindly. In All-Star Baseball 2002, you could focus the batter on a part of the strike zone and try to direct the ball in a certain direction. You know, the way real batters do. And in All-Star Baseball 2002, you could create your own free agent player. They give you limited points, and with that, you need to decide what they get. Like with a pitcher, let's say you make a pitcher. More pitches use up more points. Stamina level uses up points. The less stamina, the less points. Strength uses points. The faster the pitch that you want him to be able to throw, the more points you need. Location uses points. You want your pitcher to perfectly place the pitches? This will cost you more points. This is nowhere to be seen in this game. You can't create your own players, which is a shame because I would do that all the time in that old game I used to play as a teenager. I'd pretend I was a pitcher and create a pitcher I wanted and give it my name. You could make one really great pitcher with 2 pitches, or one more or less well-rounded pitcher with 4 pitches. Or you can make one really good pitcher with many pitches with little stamina to get you out of a jam. You had all these options that real humans have in real life, in real baseball. But this level of customization is non-existent in this game. Okay, my final points. There are limited times when the pressure of a baseball game felt real and the excitement felt good and you really had to think about what to do. But these minuscule bursts of joy were quickly sucked away from you by the lack of immersion, lack of customization, poor graphics, and very limited audio files available. If you really love baseball, don't buy this game. This game accentuates the problem that non-baseball players have with the game. You will just end up having your heart broken on how this monstrosity messed up baseball for you. If you hate baseball, don't buy this game. This game just proves you are right when you say baseball sucks and it's boring, and you will end up hating the game more so. If you love baseball and you watch a game, it can be very interesting. Even when the game is in the 8th inning and the score is 1-0, even this is interesting because the way the pitcher moves to throw a ball is an art form. The ballet dance of a perfectly coordinated infielders to get the double play to save their pitcher from a tight spot, and the I wonder if he'll throw a ball and try to make the batter chase to get a strikeout. thoughts and feels that make baseball such a wonderful sport are nowhere to be found here. Even throwing a perfectly placed strike in the corner and freezing the batter to get out of a bases loaded situation is wonderful to look at if you're watching a live game. This is great, especially when it's your team on the line. This is exciting to me. I love baseball. It's almost like hearing someone snipe you with a creative and mean comment, like a nice clean burn. You know that your friend that knows how to give you like a really nice verbal burn, and you just like are ashamed of it, but he's so good you need to laugh even if he's making fun of you. Yeah, and you get to laugh it off. Yeah, that type of great camaraderie you feel with your friends that you can also see in baseball, that is not in this game. Maybe if this game is free to download and you can get it, then maybe you can get it to see how horrible it is. But even at 99 cents, they're overcharging you for this micro SD card waste. Honestly, that space you'll be wasting on this game is better suited for pictures of your old baseball card collection. That is more entertaining than this game. At least those pictures have more to show you than this game. If you want a rating, I say 1 or 2 out of 10, and that's it. Just don't buy it. And if you bought it like I did, delete it. Thanks for listening and watching. And if RBI Baseball is watching this, please don't take it the wrong way. I really want you to like this game. Please just stop trying to milk baseball fans. We deserve better. I wanted to wait for the patch they promised me, but that's taking too long. And I wanted to warn people about this game. I'd much rather have no baseball game on my Switch than this one. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.